Steady as we go. Here we are on an unconventional Friday night, which is like technically a school day, school night, but here comes the beginning of the weekend. Guest of honor returning back, Jim Campbell. Glad to have you on board, pal.
Oops. Thank you for having me.
So once again, let's take it back. The very first episode on this channel ever. These three Migos right here were found in the wild by Mr. Campbell himself. Let me get caught up on comments in a second. Most recently in December, we got on board with some Neca Toony Terrors characters, and tonight we're back again to do more conversating, more clowning around regarding Neca Toony Terrors. But as the comment section is stacking, let's go in chronological order as they arrived. Chai Star dropped his traditional "let's go." Junkyard, who is now ever changing. He's saying we're always changing the background. He's always changing his graphic, the famous magic kissed lips off of the highway. Excellent to see Junkyard calling awoo, because here we are to be werewolves of Chi-Town. Michaela is on board. If Michaela's around tomorrow night, let me pause all the tomorrow night. Michaela and a panel of others, including Nanette and including Chris Hamby, and the return of Jamie Lee. We will be doing the Rich Coast Svengoolie birthday annual. That'll be tomorrow, March 9. Junkyard saying howdy. Fanboy saying yo, just like Mandarin would be saying. I remain clean shaved, but Campbell is wolfing it up for the both of us. Toony Terrors for the win. No time. So now let's follow the reference, and then we'll get into the current business. So as I mentioned, our first ever show on this channel, co-host Jim Campbell didn't even have StreamYard at the time, was using Zoom as a recorded, and then was not going live. Michaela, you're right. Today is the 7th. Tomorrow is the 8th. Thank you very much, Michaela. Here I am giving out wrong information with just less than 24 hours for my own shows, for my own channel. But talk about doing things wrong and clowning a bit. So last time, and then so Jim and I are deciding what time to start. We'll go 7. Then Jim says, okay, maybe I could go earlier. And I'm, wait a minute, pal. Last time we edited the time and went a little earlier. We had the greatest guffaw of the channel. I had it queued up, but now I'm trying to get back to it. Brick Mantooth is, I can't believe we're going against Brick Mantooth on his Migo channel, but I had no idea he was doing that. But that's okay. That's all right. We're so last time around, because of editing errors and foolishness, I tried to have Jim Campbell right here the same size as me. So there's historical me in December, realizing I don't have the connection, and we weren't going to be like this, 2 characters in the split screen. So if I fast forward a touch, fast forwarding from the December show, there we go. We had to innovate, and we invented under the guise of Tiny Elvis. We had Tiny Campbell in the screen. If you haven't checked that out, we had a good clowning energy around over there. Definitely meta. All right, so Jim Campbell.
That reminds me of when you try to have remember you had a conference call and you have 2 cell phones you have to hold up, and it's
the old Alfred and the Batman,
and
the commissioner together. Inception episode, yes, our finest work ever, from blunders arise to presentations. Okay, field man, toy hunter extraordinaire, Jim Campbell, out and about again. And what did you locate, and where did you locate it?
This Wednesday, I got the Tiny Toons, the Wolfman. Would you say black and white version or silver screen?
Leave silver screens, and then if you tilt a little so the logo is a little more visible, and I think it'll say silver screens right in there. You get that nice
you're right.
silvery reflection right in there. Let me get my own face out of the way so I'm not messing up the reflectivity of it. But man, oh man,
Yes, I
There he
really.
is, Lon Chaney Jr. in a
The camera
plastic
doesn't do it
form
justice. Yeah,
in a
I
box.
love
So
it.
last time we did the color figures. Here we are now doing a silver screens edition. I'm going to speculate and tell me if I'm right or tell me if I'm wrong, my friend. Last time we kind of did a ranking 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm betting that because the Wolfman is the singular one that you picked up, that Wolfman out of the 4 is your top rank.
Wolfman, you guessed it, is my top rank. I also, one of the things, I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like even though it's black and white, I feel like there's a tint in them. I don't know. For some reason, they look a little baby blue to me, and I just love. I think they call it blue.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And again, sometimes things get lost in translation on the
Yeah.
screen a little bit, but I'm shuffling around. So it was Graham Cracker Comics is where you had found the Wolfman. And yesterday I meant to go, and then I just spaced out as I'm driving. And then today I'm like, I'm not spacing out today. I'm following Campbell's call to Campbell's Corner. And I still got the Graham
Yeah.
Cracker price tag right on there. Oh, ooh, interesting. At the different shop at the different locations for Graham Cracker, they land the price tag in a different spot.
Love the silver logo.
Absolutely, that is a bluish tint on the pantalones of the Wolfman. But look at the paint job on the claw on the foot there. That is some magnificent. Look at the again around the details around the eyes.
It reminds me of your painting you're doing with your Migo.
Yeah, I got that guy right back over there with the I saw a ghost eyes. But again, we got to get this. So let's do credits on the bottom of the box. Chaney Estate approved, right? And then here I'm going to flip it around so I can read it better. We got as usual the regular cast of characters. Sculptor is Adrian Smith. And everybody's name that I've read off before is in there. It's a little small. Sometimes we got to set the phone to a larger type size. I can't really adjust the type size when it's already in the box. Let me come to comments, and then we got 3 other figures to be checking out. What is the price point? Excellent point, fanboy. So if you're at Target, it is slightly a couple of bucks less. And again, your mileage may vary from shop to shop. So at Target with the 5% on the Target card, I think it came out to $15.75. And since Graham Cracker is not local to the left coast time zone, but we're at a $16.99 out of the comic shop. Let's just come back. Michaela says, I never had those figures before, but I'm hoping to start my own collection of their figures soon. Well, Michaela, they are, besides being available at comic shops, they are seeping into the different Targets around town. Let me get Chai Star and Booberry to chat here a little bit. So Chai Star is saying Campbell is Booberry, my favorite cereal. Mr. Campbell, your response to Chai Star's comment.
I've always, back in the day, Booberry was kind of the wild card. Remember that? Now there's Fruit Brute, and there's, who's the new one? Creepy, the green girl.
Mommy. Well, Carmela is the new niece,
Right.
next gen kind of figure.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I've always loved that Booberry.
Booberry for life. Okay, so again, we can hardly go any kind of episode here without quoting Warren Zevon. Saw a werewolf drinking a pina colada at Trader Vic's, and his hair was perfect. Mr. Campbell, under your hat, I believe under your hat, your hair is perfect, just like a true werewolf. True or false?
You froze for a second. Can you repeat the question?
The question I will repeat, my friend,
Yes.
as we're noting, Lon Chaney Jr.'s hair was perfect. Now, I'm not asking you to take off your hat, but I believe under your hat, because of the werewolf who you are, that your hair is perfect under your hat. True or false?
Very, very.
Oh my God.
Extremely false. Was that a setup? Yeah.
I says leave your hat on, but all right. Moving on. Support the local comic shops when you can, whether you're buying a figure as we were saying before we went live, I also picked up a little bit of X-Men Alpha Flight crossover off of the comic rack. Beautiful thing. Junkyard is coming. Nothing meets mixing the Boo Berry with the Count Chocula. The two, nothing beats it, nothing meets it, nothing beats it. You can't go wrong. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So we're clowning around as we're supposed to. Let me pull the comment back down so we have room. Who should we go to next? We've shown the Wolfman. There's 3 other characters we want to get to. Guest of honor, Mr. Campbell. Who is the next selection that we should put on the screen?
Frankenstein.
Da 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 ba 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 ba. Again, look at that. Just okay. So this one, I'm thinking this one looks the most different from the color version to the silver screen version. It's just, again, it is still cartoony, but there's that certain dead around the eyes.
I was thinking that's
dug up body parts stitched together. There's a grimness. Again, last time I had miscalculated that there was a missing patch in the jacket and the elbow, but that was just my eyes were playing tricks on me before I unboxed them. But again, as we so often say, the color match. So the black of the undershirt to the lighter black of the jacket, the darker black of the trousers, and his ghoulishly white, I won't say claws, but his hands. Now let's see if we can get his boots in there. Look at, that is some Frankenstein boots, if there ever were Frankenstein boots. And again, just noting Frankenstein's monster. Absolutely cool stuff. Your observation.
The scars really pop out.
Don't they?
They don't. Yeah, they're great.
And it's still in the box. Again, let's take a second to say we like to do an MIB like review around here where we're looking at the figure in the box, and in the future has become our routine. We'll take them out of the boxes and see them. We'll later do a compare against their color counterparts. But for right now, per Campbell's Corner, what a great rendition of the scar.
Oh, you can even see the little wrinkles on the forehead, or I don't know. It's just amazing.
Now, interesting to this, as we just showed, Cheney licensed. So now this one, Frankenstein, no Karloff license recognition down here on the bottom of the box. Again, just a real toys. So for whatever reason, again, it'd be great to, let's just say maybe before we went live, maybe Junkyard was starting to try to reach out to some of the designers to see if they'd be good to come on as a guest so we can try to have some fun and ask them these same kind of questions. But so as we know, Karloff played both Frankenstein and was the first actor to play the Mummy, as well as playing Imhotep, aka Ardith Bey. So neither Frankenstein nor the Mummy have the Karloff licensing on the bottom there. But again, that's there again. There's the whole. I'm getting the glare. All the creative team deserves their credit. Adrian Smith and everybody else, because they continue to put together. But now here, look at it. There's the Mummy. Again, talking about the dead look around the eyes. What do you think about his bandages? What do you think about his color scheme?
I love how the bandage on his arm drapes down. Oh, they really. It's amazing too, where they do so much with such a simple design. It's very amazing,
isn't it? Though.
Yeah. How do they? Yeah.
So let me say, and again, now I myself acknowledged am not a completist. Even amongst the silver screens, Toony Terrors, I don't have all of the line of silver screens. But so walk me through it. You're there, you're in Graham Cracker, and you see this guy, and he's got his bandage draped around him, but you managed to walk out of the store with only Wolfman. What was your decision process in that moment, sir?
Take me back to the moment. I don't want to go down the path of getting the Mummy and Frankenstein, because I feel like I already have certain characters in my life where if it's a Hobgoblin, I have to get the Hobgoblin no matter what, or Two-Face, or certain characters. That door, because I'll never be able to shut it.
The same reason, while the regular NECA line is so high end, the same thing. I think then that roughly $40 per figure. then get the color one, then get the silver screen or the black and white one, and then run that through Dracula, Frankenstein, Wolfman, Mummy, Creature, and on and on and on. Bride. So yeah, nobody had. It's not a requirement to be a completist. It's buy what's good for you for your collection, and then it's fun to kick around as a talking point. The decision-making process. Junkyard with his Magic Kiss logo. The eyes are so good. In a minute, I'll go grab again, to make light of myself, my Wolfman eyes as an amateur, unskilled customizer. Not the best. Michaela is again coming in to say she's loving all of it. Michaela, I know you have a vast inventory of Svengoolie collection, but feel free to say now or say tomorrow, which tomorrow is, by the way, March 8th. Tomorrow is March 8th, not the 9th. What other stuff do you have in your collection that's not Svengoolie related, Michaela? And while Michaela's pondering that point, Bella, now we're back to the licensing. So there's the Bella licensing logo right down there. Bella as Dracula. What do you think of this guy, my friend?
Again, you got a great camera because you can see the blue tint, and oh my lord, that eyebrow is, well, that is just amazing. And I love the black. It's so funny. It's black and white, but there's just so much detail. There's just so much going on in the contrasts.
Right. Again, just the simple colors, not a great variety of colors, but you're just at a black and a light gray or a off-white and a white. I could, if we're going to go Hotel Transylvania, blah, 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 blah. If we're going to go straight, Bella, look into my eyes, right? It's good stuff. Let's see if we can get the shoes in there too. But again, the fashion plate that this guy is, right? Just the cut of the pants, the bend of the knees, the whole thing. Look, just the detail on the hands.
Fingers. It's amazing too. I just noticed. So behind his head, it has the Dracula font. That creepy. I don't know what you call it.
Yeah. I don't know the name of the font either, but for it, I think there's nothing wrong with calling it the Dracula font.
Because the Wolfman has. You can't really see it. The Wolfman, the logo from the movie. I never noticed that. Huh. They go all out. They're not messing around. They know their stuff. Besides
a future time where we'll compare color to black and white. So let's not disregard the back of the boxes. So again, the coffin in which Dracula rests, maybe it's in the Carfax Abbey, maybe it's back in Transylvania, but I'm telling you, I'm a fool for the carriage. I don't know if they're going to make a Maliva the Gypsy as portrayed by Maria Ospinskaya, but man, oh man, I would buy that one right quick in a second. Other backs, since we're trying to, again, exact same stuff on the color, but just it get cool to see it in black and white. Real cool on the Mummy. Let's get Frankie. There you go. Wow. Castle Frankenstein, or is it Frankenstein? Climbing up to the top of the windmill with some stormy weather. That's some good stuff. Mr. Campbell, Mr. Guest of Honor, we often speak, every time we speak, or darn near every time we speak, we discuss the white whale, the next up piece that's being sought after. Be it a figure, be it something that's not a figure. What do you have on your horizons? What is currently just outside of your grasp? What are you looking to acquire and accumulate?
Right now, I think it's been out for a while, but I'm keep searching for Star Wars Skeleton Crew. His name is Neil. He's like a little elephant. So looking for the Star Wars, the Black Series. Let's see if I have. Let me see here.
Oh, Campbell in motion, ladies and gentlemen. Campbell in motion.
Some of my Star Wars, but I'm looking for this guy.
Oh, now he looks like a kind of like a little Max Rebo, a little bit, but yes,
he's definitely a cousin of Max Rebo. Maybe he was a roadie at one point, but yeah. So,
and so in which format are you?
Fanboy. Star Wars 6-inch blacks. 6-inch Black Series.
6-inch Black Series.
I've never.
Campbell, is that something that Bro Axiom might have in the stock, or we're not sure. Let me seeing that. Let me pull my Lon Chaney Jr. up over here.
Yes,
Okay. And then go ahead.
He's got a little comb over like myself, so you got. Yes, exactly. Cheers to.
I salute you, sir.
So yeah, what about yourself, Mr. C? What are you
again now Crafter? I know I had
Ah.
I had a rough experience, right? But now I'm just trying to make light of my shortcomings. And again, I get close up in the eyes. It was Jay Spy who dubbed it Wolfman who has seen a ghost. So I am a very amateur. I don't think I showed the feet very much. People who wanted to see the custom process, my recent conversation over here with Casual Crafter. Crafter tried his best with me. Just my skill level is that low or that entry level. But so Crafter has got me back on the fence. I might do some off-camera painting, some off-camera customizing. So we'll see about that. But now, again, we talk about the white whale in terms of a physical object. But now, channel-related, channel-wise, let's talk white whale for trying to get guests. So no kidding. And again, whatever. If it happens, great. If it doesn't, well, we're still amateur hobbyists. But how cool it would be to get an Adrian Smith or a Blaine something. The image I just sent her. So the guy who did the drawings for these is not the same person who did the exact sculpting. So let in terms of white wheels of guests, I want to see if I can get more Mego sculptors or get a Mego sculptor to come around. I want to see if I could get a Toony Terrors sculptor to come around. That would be fun. That's it. It was my tribute to Robot Chicken. Tribute to Chai-Star, you made Campbell laugh, and that is priceless. So that's some good stuff.
I cannot. I'm just. Once you say that, I'll always see that now.
When I put him in his display case now, I'll put that along the bottom. Robot Chicken style, amateur paint job, amateur custom Wolfman. So there's that. Yeah, and then as we know, and again, thanks to Michaela for queuing me in. But we'll be back tomorrow, absolutely, for our annual Rich Co's Svengoolie birthday show, and then we'll see what's coming on the horizon. And Fanboy and me are going to kick around Daredevil a little bit more. Episode 2, sometime very soon. We'll get to that. Did you get a chance to look at Daredevil yet?
I'm going to do that right when we're done.
Okay.
And I have to ask you: have you seen Captain America?
See, and then I feel bad every time because, like, okay, I'm going to try to get there, and then other stuff comes on the calendar. I'm going to try to get there. Other stuff comes on the calendar. There will be a day where we'll get to Captain America, and we will either on the camera or not on the camera speak about when's the next live stream. Well, let me tell you, I just said the next live stream is tomorrow. But here, let me come around and no, not count. Here, we got to get to starring Chai-Star, and I'm just trying to find it. There it is. There it is. When is the next live stream? The next live stream will be not on the 9th, but on the 8th. Good thing Michaela's around to clear up my misspoke. Next live stream, definitely tomorrow for the Svengoolie birthday tribute. Any other thoughts or queries or points of banter, Mr. Campbell?
I was thinking about this today after we talked to okay, did you see the Mummy movie with Tom Cruise?
I did not see the Mummy movie. Now, oddly enough, I listened to the Monsters That Made Us podcast episode of the movie, the Tom Cruise Mummy, but I did not watch the actual movie.
Because I remember I was just thinking about this. I remember because I was wondering if they had made a Mummy, if NECA had made a Mummy of that version, and then I was thinking, do you remember they also at one point they were going to try to how'd you call it? Reboot the Universal Monsters. It wasn't Ryan Gosling. Do you remember that?
Gosling.
The
Go
guy
ahead.
from The Notebook?
It didn't go all the way through. I didn't hear you completely. I know
Well,
Gosling, I think, was going to be the Wolfman, I think.
yeah, and I was just wondering, do you think this is my? Do you think they would ever be able to reboot the Universal Monsters as movies? What do you think? I,
Oh man, that let the wind out of the sails again.
or should they? That's the thing. Could they or should they?
Okay, so let me say this. The second question is easier than the first one. I don't think they should even be trying anymore at this point
Yeah.
because again, it was the 2010 Benicio del Toro Wolfman. I can't tell you what movie I was looking at, but when the preview came up and the full moon for the trailer, and then you see Del Toro in his practical effects Wolfman, that is exactly what reignited me into monster fandom after being dormant for a good amount of time. But okay, so I have to accept it. I was part of the minority on that I was in the movie, and the majority of the audience wasn't. It did not make money. The film did not turn a profit. However, 2010, 2011, 2020, 2015, the years continue to pass. So I think they just need to not try to marvelize and not try to go share universe, which is again ironic because they were the first ones to do the crossover, the monster rally, the monster mashup when Frankenstein met the Wolfman, but need more spin-off. Oh, playlist. So I'm glad you're saying it that way. Absolutely. So now we have our first episode ever on the Migos. We're definitely going to have the Campbell's Corner playlist together, spin-off and all that. Okay, I think I saw a monster thing coming. So yeah, absolutely. And that I think TriStar might have been around at the park towards the time of that to try to get the intel or the break on that. But absolutely, they're calling that Dark Universe. So let me say, not in the movie house, not on the screen, but if they can put together a cohesive display or interactive people in the outfits at the theme parks, let's go with that. And then run with that for however long. And then if a spark comes out of that to bring it back to the silver screen, all the better. How would you answer your own stumper question?
I don't think they should. Okay, so I saw the Benicio del Toro with Anthony Hopkins in
Yes,
the
don't
theaters.
leave Hopkins out.
I mean, I liked it, but then it's funny. I really think when you go back and watch these movies, they don't have happy endings. It's really, I mean, if you, I think we both went to the Portage Theater once. We saw, when you see them on the big screen, the black and white movies are so different now, and I don't think like Frankenstein's almost like an art movie. I mean, it's very quiet, and he's this solemn person walking around in fields and such and flowers. It's almost,
So now we got Campbell on the screen, and now TriStar's in the role of field reporter from the experiments of Victoria Frankenstein to a twisted landscape where monsters roam. Dark Universe is a grim world of myth and mystery. Opens May 22, not too far off into the future. Something to look forward to.
I have to Google that.
He needs me some Googling on that.
He's going to be Googling.
Other random tidbits before we close out. So I'm listening to the horror podcast, the Borgo Pass, earlier today. And I'm on their Creature of the Black Lagoon episode right there. Borgo Pass podcast, new to me. But right there at the hour 54 mark, as they're speaking of the Creature of the Black Lagoon, they started to tell the story of in their youth in 1982, going out to the store and trying to get the 3D glasses and how it was a debacle for them. So I guess I'm not the only person trying to claim and document history on how all this went. It's interesting to me that, well more established horror monster podcasters are on that same subject matter, because it was such a universal, pardon the pun, experience.
Those were the days.
They were the days of Larry's Comic Shop on Devon.
Did they make a Creature of the Black Lagoon Tiny Terrors?
See, my guess was they were going to go from the color to Creature, Bride, Phantom, and Invisible Man. Notice I'm trying to delineate so I don't leave somebody out. I knew I had to get to the number 4, so I needed to do it that way. But then here they come, just short months after we just did the previous episode. So I'm hoping that the next wave will soon be just that: Creature, Bride, Phantom, Invisible Man. Maybe they'll go color first and then silver screens next. But given that they had a really quick turnaround, well, I think it's easy to have a quick turnaround because you already have the body made. You just got to put the different paint job on it. But I really hope Adrian Smith and the rest of the team are hard at work behind the scenes to put together the other 4 classic monsters who haven't been released yet.
I think this is my prediction. I think sooner than later there will be a Sven, because you have Elvira and they already did a 5.
Let me catch you up, pal, including the
Okay.
rubber chicken, and there's some again. Let's be careful, but yes, the articulation at the wrist, the rubber chicken stays in the hand. I know that leaves it open for certain points of humor styles, but yeah, but I anticipate a Sven silver screens.
Yeah.
Oh, take the family to Universal. Hey, you never know. You never know. It may come around. It may come to pass. All right. Closing comments.
What are we looking for? What's the next episode? Tomorrow?
Tomorrow, definitely tomorrow. And again, thanks to Michaela. The episode in which we say thanks to Michaela for correcting my screw up the most. Doing some the Sven, the Rich Coe's birthday tribute tomorrow, and then again Chai-Star and Junkyard and Fanboy and me are gonna try to kick around Daredevil again in the near future.
Do you know how many episodes this season has with Daredevil?
I do not. I think it's 8, but I'm not at all for sure.
And do we think we will see Daredevil in the big MCU sooner than later? What do you think?
I think they could use him. I think they could. As Marvel is trying to reassert itself or climb back to their glory days, I think having a quality Daredevil product on the big screen can only help.
I agree.
Like and sub. I wouldn't mind if people like and sub, but it's also just come around and enjoy the conversation and put in some good banter in the comments section. That is just as good too. He's appeared in Spider-Man. Yes, he did have the cameo bit in Spider-Man. Absolutely.
And I think people would. I mean, Punisher. There's such big shows. I mean, there's definitely an audience.
There is an established audience, and I believe people would spend the money on the ticket to some kind of extent, in a way that wouldn't lose money, like your Tom Cruise and your Mummy, and like your Del Toro in 2010 putting on the wolf suit. All right, then I'm going to close this out again.
Right.
Always good to have a top researcher. Within the Creature of the Black Lagoon movie, they were looking for the white whale or the exquisite treasure of finding the actual creature. So in that same manner, the name of the boat in the movie is the Rita. Jim Campbell is continuing to pilot the Rita boat around to all the local shops to land us some good material over here. Thank you, Michaela. Thank you, Junkyard. Thank you, Chai-Star. Thank you, Fanboy. Please hang out around in the comments section, either live or post live, and we'll see back again tomorrow. Oh,
that's my little. My little wolf ring. Yeah.
Ooh. Closing out for the night.